And if you actually dig into that study, what you'll find is that in the people who had this connection between red meat and cancer, there was also a higher incidence of obesity and insulin resistance. And as we know, observational studies really can't tease all this out. So is it possible that the people who are eating more red meat also happened to be more rebellious and also looked like they were more obese and more insulin resistant? Absolutely. And that's what you see in the study. But the investigators only made the association between red meat and cancer. And there's actually a stronger association between the obesity and the insulin resistance and the cancer incidence. So wait a minute, the WHO decision, the reason that everyone thinks red meat causes cancer is because of a decision based on the proclamation or the consensus of this group of people who met in France under lock and key, the majority of which were vegetarians who didn't disclose their bias. They excluded the majority of the studies. The studies they did include were observational. The majority of those studies didn't show an association between red meat and cancer. And the one study that showed a statistically significant association is probably confounded by what we might call unhealthy user bias. When you realize that that is the reason that we think red meat causes cancer, it's absurd. And like I said, there are many studies that suggest the mechanism just isn't there. And there are many studies that show the reverse, that red meat is not associated with cancer in any way, shape, or form, especially if you go to Asian community.
You know, if you look at the entirety of the science and all the studies, it's unquestionable, but that meat is an ancestral human evolutionary food. It doesn't mean it's magical, but the suggestion that meat is in any way negative as a food is just inherently absurd. And if you look at the mechanistic, the associational, and even the RCTs, there are some RCTs on meat, but they were very disappointed with them because they didn't show a problem. If anything, they showed a benefit. So those RCTs, like I say, was quietly ignored. So they ignore the real science because, quite honest, like a lot of science in the last 20, 30 years, they set out with a goal. They know what they're looking for in advance. They're not unbiased. There's a reason all these studies are done. And mostly when it's meat, people who are going after that topic, they know what they're looking for. That meat's a problem because of the environment, because of cow belches, because of just vegetarian and veganism, which is a very powerful lobby group. They're highly ideological and motivated. So meat just to me is a superfood without overstepping the bounds. It's a superfood because of its nutrient density. All of the healthy fats, iron, other minerals, all the protein, complete proteins. We're eating basically what we're made of. So it's perfectly compatible. It's highly nutrient dense. So it seems that the carnivores around the world, they're thriving. All the examples I know are thriving, and what's more, have also fixed issues that have been long-term problems for them and resolved their health issues and are thriving across the board. That's a general truth, isn't it?
Annotated and summarized, easy to share with loved ones. The description below the title for this video has these summary points.
From the website doctorstotrust.com, you can view the summary notes and share or print the PDF of those notes.